kids, I welcome you all to yet another exciting journey of learning English. I hope you all are safe and healthy. Well, let's begin today's session with a warming up activity. And what are we going to do as a part of warming up activity? Well, I want you all to sit in a relaxed position and then breathe in and breathe out for 3 times. Let's begin. So you're going to sit in a very relaxed position. Sit straight, your back should be straight. Okay, now breathe in, close your eyes and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe out. Now, let's quickly start doing one stretching exercise or stretching yoga. Well, warming up and doing yoga every day will boost your immunity. You will become more confident and you will concentrate more on your studies. There's a scientific reason behind why we do yoga. So kids, let's take the position. So what is the first position? Bring your hands just right in front of your chest like this. And then you're going to turn right first and then stretch and then come back to the straight position, then turn left and stretch as much as possible and come back to your initial position. And this you're going to do for 3 times. Okay kids, are you all ready? Yes, you can do it wherever you're sitting. If you're sitting on a chair, I would suggest you sit down or come a little front so that your hands do not hit on the back of the chair. Okay, so be careful with the surroundings that you're sitting at and then do yoga. Okay kids, so let's begin. So 1, turn right, stretch as much as possible, come front, turn left, come front and hands down. Do this again one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, position. One more time kids, take back your positions. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Yes. Now sit back in the relaxed position. Put your hands on your laps. You can breathe in and breathe out again for 3 times. Let's begin. Breathe in, breathe out. Yes kids, I hope this warming up exercise will set you to learn much better during our lesson. Kids, after the warming up activity, it's time for the speciality of the class, that is pearls of wisdom. Well, today I bring a thought to you all, that is I can, I will. What does that mean? Well, it means that whenever I want to do something, I have all the ability to do it, and when I come across the problems while I'm doing the work, I'm sure that I will come out of the problems, solve the problems and learn. So, now that we all have started online classes and we've already finished our first chapter, I'm sure you all would have faced some or the other problem. However, I want you all to have high spirits, not to slow down your learning process, not to get bored with the process. Just have that enthusiasm alive in you and continue learning. Kids, I want you all to look at the green board. Well, you see there is a chart there, right? Let's read what is written on the chart. Are you all ready? Yes. Let's focus now. The poem begins like this. He is a boy and his name is Jim. If this toy is his, then it belongs to him. She is a girl and her name is Sue. Hers is the boat that is painted blue. You are you, that is plain to see. I am not you and you are not me. We are together. We are more than one. Please come join us in our fun. They describe others. They are more than one. They walk and talk together. Together they run and play. I am me and I am special as can be. You are my friend. Together, you and I are we. Kids, I'm sure by now you would have guessed the topic of today's lesson. Yes? What is it? You're right. It's about pronouns. So let's begin with identifying the pronouns that we have seen in this poem. So it says, he is a boy. So he is the pronoun. And his name is Jim. If this toy is his, then it belongs to him. In the second stanza, it says, she is a girl and her name is Sue. Hers is the boat that is painted blue. In the third stanza, you are you, that is plain to see. I am not you and you are not me. In the next stanza, we are together, we are more than one. Please come join us in our fun. They describes others. So they is a pronoun. They are more than one. They walk and talk together. They run and play. In the last stanza we observe, I am me, where I is the pronoun, me is the pronoun, and I am special, where I again is the pronoun, as can be. You are my friend, so you is a pronoun. Together, you and I are we. You, I and we are the pronouns. So kids, let's move further and understand what pronouns are. So, pronouns are basically words which takes the place of a noun. So, in a sentence or in a paragraph, when you are talking about a subject or a noun, and that noun is repeated in most of the sentences, you would not go ahead and repeat the name of the noun again, right? So, in that place, in that scenario, the nouns which are repeating in the grading paragraph, you will remove them and add the pronouns. So look at the definition again. Pronoun, a pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. For example, let me take you back to the poem that we just read. So here, if you see, he is a boy and his name is Jim, right? So we are talking about Jim. So I'll say Jim is a boy and this is his toy. It belongs to him. So when we are talking about Jim, we are not repeating the name of Jim again and again. We are either using him as he, his or him, right? And when we are talking about Sue, we are talking about her as she, her, hers, right? So this is the way the pronoun takes the place of the noun. Now we shall go further and understand more about the pronouns. We will understand the kinds of the pronoun. So here we are going to just list the pronouns, and that is the kinds of pronouns, and you are going to repeat them after me while I am reading it. So the kinds of pronouns are personal pronouns. Please repeat that. Second, possessive pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, interrogative pronouns, emphasizing pronouns, indefinite pronouns, distributive pronouns, relative pronouns. Let's look at another example. I want you to take your English Tune into Grammar books, come to page 9 and read the passage given in the yellow box. I hope you all are ready with the books. Just read it in your minds while I am reading it. My friend Dan has a house in the hills. It is massive and is spread over many acres of land. He lives in the city but goes to his house in the hills to spend his summer vacations. It has a large swimming pool. When Dan is on vacation, he swims in the pool every day. The house is surrounded by greenery and there is a beautiful garden near its entrance. So kids, did you observe? There were some words which are highlighted in red. So what are those? They are pronouns. So in place of Dan and his house, you see Dan is a person, so we are using he, right? And house is an object, that is why we are using as it. Kids, now let's begin learning the first type or kind of pronoun. What is that? Well, yes, you're right. It is personal pronoun. So let's begin learning or understanding personal pronouns. Now, here on the blackboard, I have written a conversation between Avril, Lucy and Sarah. So these three girls are talking about Sarah's brother, Matthew. Okay, so let's see what are they talking and what we can learn about personal pronouns from this conversation. So Avril says, if we said to you, now what does Matthew look like? You probably wouldn't be able to give as good a description as we could. So Lucy says, oh yes, I could. Then to this Avril says, all right, then what does he look like? Lucy, no, you describe him to me and I'll tell you if you are right. Avril says, well, he's quite tall, over 6 foot, and he is thin. Lucy to that replies, well, yes, I suppose so. So kids, we now understand that Avril is trying to get some information about how Matthew looks like or what Matthew looks like. So to that, Lucy says, yes, I could describe Matthew, and Avril says that alright then, go on describing him. So to that Lucy says, he is tall and thin, and then Lucy says, yes, I suppose so. Now if you have seen in this conversation, I have underlined a few words, right? So if we said to you, so we, you, we, I, here you have he, and then you have you, him, me, I, you are right, that's you again, he, at the end there he, and then I. So all these are the forms of personal pronouns. Kids, I would want you to open your grammar books and go through the examples, read them all once and understand what personal pronouns are. Kids, let's understand the forms of personal pronoun. Just recall the situation that or the conversation that we learned. There are three friends, like I, there is another friend who is the second person, and the third friend would be the third person, right? So first is I'm talking to Lucy, and we are talking about Matthew, who is not present in the conversation, and that's how Matthew becomes the third person, right? So we had Avril, Lucy, Sarah talking about Matthew. So Lucy and Avril becomes the second and the first person, Matthew becomes the third person. So here we understand that personal pronouns have three forms. They are first person, second person and third person. Now, it can be of two, that is singular and plural. The pronoun can take the form of singular or plural. Now, when is it singular? It is I or me. Now, if you look at this example here, I am young. So here, I is the personal pronoun which is singular in nature and is taking or is acting as a role of subject. So here I is the subject, it is singular, and thereby it is the first person. Look at the second example here, we are young. So here we is plural, which is again the first person but in the subject role. So here we is playing the role of a subject. So subject is we are young. She is going to follow us. Now if you observe here, there is already a subject there, right? But then we are talking about us here, which is a plural first person, but acting as a object in the sentence. Kids, I just want you to recall the structure of the sentence. If you remember, we learned that a sentence, a simple sentence, has this kind of a structure, that is subject, verb and object. So here the subject is there, is going to follow is the verb, and this is the object. So if you look at this object, it is a pronoun. It is not an object literally like a mobile phone or a car or a scale. No, it is a pronoun which is in a plural form. Is it clear, children? Next, why are you following me? If you look at this, you is the subject in this sentence. However, following someone, that is the object, that is me, which is the singular object in the first form of personal pronoun. Students, now let us look at the second form, that is the second person in singular and plural forms. Look at these examples here. It says you are late. So here it means one person, that is you, are late in a singular form. You are all welcomed. So it means that you're welcoming a group of people. So that is in plural form. Okay, so these both are in subject form. So they both take the place of the subject in the sentence. Here if you look, I welcome you. Well, it could be a single person or multiple person. Now I is the subject here, welcome is the verb, and the object is you. So here the pronoun has taken the place of object. Okay, so that is singular. Here it could also be plural. So it could also be group of people. I welcome you means group of people. Kids, now let's look at the third form of the personal pronoun. Look at this. He, she, it. All these are singular. For example, she is tall. He is short. It is a beautiful day. All these act as a singular third person pronoun in the subject place. Okay, so here he or she or it, these all three can be subject. Then in plural you have they. So what is that? They are coming. So they are coming. They is the plural third person form and it has taken the place of the subject. Okay, or it acts like a subject in the sentence. The third one here, I love them. So I is again the first form of personal pronoun. Them here is the plural, but here it is acting as a object. Okay, so you can also add him, I love him, I like her, or I like it, I like the book. It could be anything. So him, her, it, all these are the third form of personal pronoun which has taken the position of the object in the sentence. Kids, we now learned what pronouns are, what the kinds of pronouns are, and we learned the three forms of personal pronoun. Well, I would want you to answer these three questions now. What is pronoun? Yes? Yes kids, you're right. A word that is used in the place of noun is called a pronoun. What are the kinds of pronoun? Yes, can you recall at least three of them? Yes, you're right. It's personal pronoun, possessive pronoun, and demonstrative pronoun. Very good. I'm sure many of you would have all the answers. Great. Now, what are the three forms in personal pronoun? Yes? Right. It's on the green board. First person, second person, and third person. All these three can be in the subject position or in the object position. Also in singular, plural. Kids, let's conclude the chapter by solving one exercise. Come to page number 12 on your Tune Into Grammar books. I want you to look into the book and finish the first exercise, that is A. Complete these sentences using suitable personal pronouns. Ayush is a musician who plays the guitar. Dash is the only child of his parents who are doctors. Yes, what would you want to fill in the first blank? Ayush is a boy, so you will pick up the pronoun he. Okay kids? His parents are very proud of, what would it be? Yes, it will be him, because again this is a masculine gender, right? Ayush, he, him. Next, they never pressurized Ayush and are very happy that Dash became a musician. So what will be here? Yes, they are happy that he became a musician. So you can fill the blank, they and he. So they are the parents who are doctors. He is Ayush. Next, Dash will one day have a band of my own. says Ayush with confidence. So who is that I will fill here? What is that I will fill here in the blank? I. So because this is a sentence which Ayush is talking in direct speech form, so it says I will one day have a band. Then if you are determined and focused, dash surely will, says Riddhi. So Riddhi is his friend. So she says if you are determined and focused, then you will surely form a band. Dash best friend who lives next door. So here what will you fill? Will you fill her or his? Yes, you will fill his. Very good. Then how long do you think it will take you to form a band? He asks Riddhi every day. Now I gave you the answer for this sentence. I want you to fill the next one. Please solve it yourself. Let's see if you are getting the answer. Can I hear the answer from you? Yes, kids. The first blank will be I and the second one will be it. Now what is it here? It is neither masculine gender, it is nor feminine gender. It is just taking the position of the object here. And what is that it refers to? It refers to the band that they both are talking about. Okay, so I believe you will form one quite soon. Okay, I believe it. What she believes in the idea that they or Ayush will form a band. Alright children? Yes kids, I'm sure you have the answer. Yes, it says I believe you will form one quite soon, says Riddhi. So here it refers to Ayush's plan of having a band of his own. Kids, I hope you have learned the lesson what I wanted to tell you, and I wish you will do a homework at home, that is read through the textbook, solve the exercises and also refer to some extra material online. I hope you stay safe and healthy. Until then, happy learning. Take care. Bye-bye.